the magicians, the sacred people. After all, I have sufficient self-value as to my uniqueness. This flag symbolizes the freedom of the world and the Bible society that we love so much. We have two major talents: sports and music. Talent, being delicate and sublime when it comes to choosing art, which is, it does not lead to, in our favorite store, the one that with all these beautiful items that they produce. They actually produce it themselves. It is not the blonde model, the one that wears moto jackets. All the models are great except for that one, and it's not like an anti-example. Like, if you were to make an example, you might as well just do good examples. You know, there's no time. Like, there is time, but why bother spending on the bad activity? If you're making an example, don't make an anti-example. There are so many good mitzvot to carry out in the world that there's no point of wasting time on like bad things. And the BDSM, bondage, sadism, and what follows, like what goes in pair with sadism, is masochism, and the whole world is unhappy, and everyone is unhappy, and everyone is miserable. Even the black-haired, beautiful models, the one with pitch black hair, that are very unique, they know because they're intelligent, because they're beautiful women, beautiful people, and beautiful people have the IQ to know that if you put on a moto jacket and then your whole attitude, it's not just one word. It's like a whole. If you're playing in your private, intimate life that everybody has, usually, except for me, in your private sex life, if you're playing the big bad bitch, the violent card because the guys want it, then the whole world is gonna be an apocalypse. If you are going down the bondage route, which it's arousing, it's not arousing. Like, I'm not preaching. I'm not being. I'm not boasting or anything. I'm just saying that the model who's like wearing the moto jacket. We discovered that there's mostly been like 5 identical people born on the very same day. Yet we have 180. Longitudes of Earth, like every other planet is. They're all round because of the magnetism. Like the small ones are because they derive from their home bodies, like the home bodies that they orbit. So the for example, other celestial bodies, the ones that are also in the main belt between Jupiter and Mars, they have irregular shapes. They look like rocks. They look like niewypolerowane diamenty, which they contain. They do like, but they may contain just basaltum and like plain rock. Well, yeah, but then, they're big. They're big bodies. So there's no point if there are so many gestures and things that you can do in your life instead of focusing on going down the bondage route. And it's not it is an anti-example. Check out in Dollskill store there's like, I should know the models' names because I'm a huge fan. I'm like really very dealing with fashion, and not for my vanity. It's not I'm not vain. It's so there, like, I can name 50 at least list reasons why I'm doing it. Why fashion? Because it makes you look pretty, it makes you look happy. And so I should probably know the name. I know one model, Shodi. Shodi, probably the most, like, probably the creator of that store, you know, most likely. I mean, it's a initiative, a project of creating fashion, and now with the technology, you make metal goods. Sure, they're very valuable, you know. Metal goods are precious, you know. Metal goods, especially of recognizable shape and design of a particular designer. If I was, sure, I would love to be a jewelry designer. And and I have been a jewelry designer, and you know, and it is a great activity to do, much better than performing any type of service. When I went to Hebrew school in Mamaroneck, to elementary school, and we had the sectors of the economy in grade, probably like the one before finals. I was a valedictorian in Mamaroneck Hebrew school. And there was one of the subjects was in Hebrew, the economy of the world, and they were listing. So they're like, so do you want to own a kosher field with kosher food on it? You can run the kashrut business of the kosher food. Second sector of the economy is that you are an artist, and then you are practically it's a volny zawód. You're unbound by anything. You're unbound by you're an artist, and so you're divine. Period. End of story. You're divine, and a third sector of the economy is that Shabbat Malka. The Queen of the Shabbat is approaching. My favorite. I spend every morning like this. I have a boyfriend, a Jewish man, incredible boyfriend, and like I love him so much. I love him so much. Is the best in the world. I love him so much, and well, yeah. I mean, I totally am very happy. Oh, I'm expressing my feelings so nicely, and so I spent time in that 69, when I was in that Mamaroneck Hebrew high school. Not Mamaroneck, yeah, you know, but actually I didn't notice that it was Mamaroneck. I thought it was White Plains. And then, because that's what I thought it was, because nobody like pays attention to the administrative name of the place on planet Venus. So, wait, where's my Venus? In the law school. Because we had space law. We had space law since playground. We had that since the playgrounds with the big soccer field and big slides and all the set. It was so large and it was so big. And the third sector of the economy was farming, kosher farming. Okay, that's a great business for entering space also. If you're building generally a new society, the Jew society what you want it to be, without women in it, because, in my world there are no women in it, because I made the calculations, like, even subconsciously. I made subconsciously and consciously the calculations, and it turns out that in my equation, like, you don't need women. I don't need women. I don't spend time with them. When I close my eyes, I guarantee you're not going to find any samitza in my in my planet, in my system, in my solar system, I am the sun. I am the god of the sun. The Shemesh, the first Achis. Yes, of course he was, like, all of them were Jewish. Even Nabu, it's a book. It's ancient old period Babylon for Sefer. So and that I am the emperor card, but like a nice emperor in my Venus. All right. That I have the sweetest, apart from this one man born March 21st. My set of planets is just so amazing. I'm not going to go into that right very now, yet I'm so full of luck. I'm very happy. I'm so happy. I just found out it's a gift from God. It's a blessing. and I really am blessed, and ever since long time before I was even, came as a human.